G'day guys, how you going? Today I'd like to show you a method that I use to capture extremely fine micron gold, otherwise known as mustard gold or gold dust. So when you're dealing with micron gold, there's a lot of contraptions out there designed specifically to catch really fine gold, like little fine sluices, fines processors, blue bowls, all that sort of stuff. And they're all great bits of kit. But sometimes the gold is so fine that it's basically suspended in solution. In other words, it's in the water. And I want to show you what this gold looks like. Now, if you look down there, you'll see that the pan is coated, literally coated, with super fine gold. And if I can zoom in, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. If I push it all together with my finger, it's a lot easier to see. But you'll see it's floating on the water. And that's the stuff that I'm talking about trying to catch, and that's really hard to catch. And you'll normally get this sort of gold when you've crushed material. And I've crushed a bit of material, and this morning I was going to throw this basin of water out, and I realised there's probably a micron gold in that water. So yeah, gold's heavy, but when it gets really fine, you'll see it just floating on top of the water there. It just sits on the water surface, and yes, you can use a bit of detergent to break the surface tension, but some gold is so fine that it will just remain floating, and when you tip the water out, you'll just lose it. Now, I know the amounts of gold that I'm talking about here are just ridiculously small, and most people wouldn't even bother catching this. But I know there are people out there who like to try and get every tiny little bit. So I'm going to show you a method that I use to catch this super fine gold that you can see swirling around on top of the water there. So over the last few days I've been panning into this tub here, panning a lot of really fine gold that's been crushed. And I know that there's really fine, super fine micron gold in that tub. So instead of just tipping the water out, I've come up with a bit of a solution. Over here I have a second tub, and I've got a stack of sieves in there, which are up above the water level there. So over here I have just a piece of metal tubing, and over here I just have two plain calico bags. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a filtering system. I'm going to place these bags into this tube. Now these bags are just big enough that they'll fit over the lip of the tube. So I'm just going to place the bag into the tube. Okay, so I've got my two calico bags now sitting in the tube, and there we have it there. You can see the bottom down there now. Okay, so I've got my tube and calico bags ready to go, and I'm now going to place them on my little stack of sieves there. And the reason why I've got it sitting on the big mesh sieve here is because I don't want any obstructions whatsoever to slow that water down as it filters through the bags. So here I've got my tube, my two calico bags. I want to show you guys that I'm only putting water in this filter. So here's the tub, and you can see the silt on the bottom, the dirt on the bottom, and I'm just going to tip this so only the water goes in, nothing else. So it's just water, nothing else. Okay, we'll stop there because we don't want any other materials going in. You'll see there's a bit of mud, there's a bit of gravel down there. So all we're dealing with now is purely water. And I'm going to pour it into our filter. I'm just going to keep tipping this water in. I'm going to let it filter through. And that's going to take a while to filter, and we'll pop back every few minutes or so and we'll check on it and keep filling it up. Okay guys, so I poured the rest of the water in and I've let it sit there for around about almost an hour actually, and you see all the water's seeped through the filter and there's just a little bit of sludge right down the bottom, and that sludge will have gold in it. Now remember, I only poured in water. There was no dirt or gravel that went into this filter. So what I've got over here is a bowl of completely clean water, absolutely no gravel or silt or anything in it. I'm going to tip some of that water out because I want minimal water for this. I've just spent all this time getting the gold out of water, so I just want enough to clean the cloth. And I'm now going to get this bag, so lift the cloth out, and I need to tip him inside out. So let's pull him out. Get in there, put my hand in there. You see all that sludge there? In all those little pockets. You can see the water's turned pretty dirty now. Okay, because there's a fair bit of silt and sludge in there, which is why it took so long to filter for almost an hour. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can actually leave it in the tube and let it dry out completely, and then burn it and then pan off what's left. But I just wanted to show you what we got. Now I filled the tub up with some brand new clean water because I'll use that to pan this stuff here. Okay, so there's our tub there. There's my panning trough. I've got a brand new clean pan. Absolutely no gold on it whatsoever. And I'm just going to grab some detergent. Just put a couple of drops in there because this is going to be super fine stuff. Give it a bit of a stir up. And I'm going to pour it very, very slowly into this pan. Okay, so you can see all that real fine stuff still left in the bowl there. I've got to get that out. It's really, really super concentrated. And even now, there'll still be a little bit left in this white bowl. But anyway, that'll do for now. Now remember, this is only water that went through the filter, no dirt. Okay, it's hard to see, but there is gold there. There is a lot of fine gold there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my finger and see if I can bunch it all up. Once I bunch it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. And there it is there, right there. Look at that. Whole lot of fine, really, really fine stuff. But that is gold that I would have thrown away had I not filtered it. Like I said, this was just out of the water. There was no dirt or gravel that I poured into the filter. This was just gold that was just literally suspended in the water.